The Star-Spangled Banner is the national anthem of the United States of America. The lyrics come from Defense of Fort McHenry, a poem written in 1814 by the 35-year-old lawyer and amateur poet Francis Scott Key, after having witnessed the bombardment of Fort McHenry by the British Royal Navy ships in Chesapeake Bay during the Battle of Fort McHenry in the War of 1812. The poem was set to the tune of a popular British song written by John Stafford Smith for the Anacreontic Society, a men's social club in London. The Anacreontic song, with its various lyrics, was already popular in the United States. Set to Key's poem and renamed the Star-Spangled Banner, it would soon become a well-known American patriotic song. With a range of 1.5 octaves, it is known for being difficult to sing. Although the poem has 4 stanzas, only the first is commonly sung today. The Star-Spangled Banner was recognized for official use by the Navy in 1889 and by President Woodrow Wilson in 1916. It was made the national anthem by a congressional resolution on March 3, 1931, which was signed by President Herbert Hoover. Please rise and salute the flag that we do not have as the band plays our national anthem. Happy 4th of July, welcome, good evening. This is our 6th concert of the Muni Band season. We have quite a patriotic lineup for you all this evening. Our first piece tonight is Esprit de Corps by Robert Yeager. Yeager is an American composer, music theorist, and conductor. His works are played throughout the world by various orchestras, bands, choruses, and chamber ensembles. In his career, Yeager has received numerous honors for his works, including being the only 3-time winner of the American Bandmasters Association Oswald Composition. His experiences include being a guest conductor and teacher in various countries, such as Canada, Japan, England, France, Germany, and many cities within the United States. Esprit de Corps is Robert Yeager's second piece commissioned by the United States Marine Band. Based on the Marines' hymn, Esprit de Corps is a kind of fantasy march, as well as a tribute to the United States Marine Band. It is also the composer's salute to the Marine Corps in general. Full of energy and drama, the composition has its solemn moments and its lighter moments. The composer intended that this work should display the fervor and virtuosity of the Marine Band and the musical spirit and integrity of their conductor at the time, now retired Colonel John R. Burgoyne. Esprit de Corps is not just a Marine motto, but a military morale as well. Directly translated, it means the spirit of the body. This represents the capacity of a group of people to pull together persistently and consistently in pursuit of a common purpose, according to Alexander H. Layton. The military selected this morale because it improves unit cohesion, which is an essential element of any branch of the military. Please enjoy this inspiring masterpiece, Esprit de Corps. The USA is an American patriotic song written and recorded by country music artist Lee Greenwood. It reached number 7 on the Billboard magazine Hot Country Singles chart when originally released in the spring of 1984, and it was played at the 1984 Republican National Convention with President Ronald Reagan and First Lady Nancy Reagan in attendance. The song gained greater prominence during the Gulf War in 1990 and 1991 as a way of boosting morale. The popularity of the song rose sharply after the September 11, 2001 attacks and during the 2003 invasion of Iraq, and the song was re-released as a single, re-entering the country music charts at number 16. Greenwood said that he, quote, wanted to write it my whole life. When I got to that point, we were doing 300 days a year on the road, and we were on our 4th or 5th album on MCA. I called my producer and I said I have a need to do this. I've always wanted to write a song about America, and I said we just need to be more united. Feel free to sing along to this heartfelt song, God Bless the USA. On July 30th, St. Genevieve native Pat Schwint and the Saxy Jazz Motown Six will be performing here at the at the Valley Desert, where we normally are, from 7:30 to 9 p.m. This performance is well worth seeing, as many of you probably know from last year, so feel free to invite a friend and come listen to a night of great music sponsored by the St. Genevieve Municipal Band. Again, that is July 30th. That's the very last Thursday of this month. Armed Forces Salute was arranged by Bob Loden. It features the official song for each branch of the Armed Forces. The Cassins Go Rolling Along for the Army, Semper Paratus for the Coast Guard, the Marines Hymn, the U.S. Air Force, and Anchors Away for the Navy. If you're a veteran or a member of the Armed Forces, would you please rise so we could honor you? Nobody? There you go, yeah! Anybody else, veterans out there, please stand. Thank you for your service. Feel free to sing along if you know the words to some of these songs, or at least stand during your branch of the Army's song, or military, sorry, your branch of the military song. now been 152 years since the Battle of Gettysburg in the American Civil War. Fought over the course of 3 days in 1863, from July 1st through 3rd, this battle was the turning point of the war, claiming the largest number of casualties. In dedicating the cemetery near the battle site on November 19, 1863, Lincoln gave his famous Gettysburg Address. There are 5 known copies of the speech in Lincoln's handwriting, each with a slightly different text and named for the people who first received them. 2 copies apparently were written before delivering the speech, and the remaining ones were produced months later for soldier benefit events. Additional versions of the speech appeared in newspapers of the era. The Bliss copy, which is most commonly quoted, states these famous words: 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation or any nation so conceived and so dedicated can long endure. We are met on a great battlefield of that war, and we have come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place for those who here gave their lives that that nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this, but in a larger sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hallow this ground. The brave men, living and dead, who struggled here have consecrated it, far above our poor power to add or detract. The world will little note nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here. It is for us the living, rather, to be dedicated here to the unfinished work which they who fought here have thus so far so nobly advanced. It is rather for us to be here dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from these honored dead we take increased devotion to that cause for which they gave the last full measure of devotion, that we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation under God shall have a new birth of freedom, and that the government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth." End quote. This piece you are about to hear takes its name from that memorable line, "They gave the last full measure of devotion," describing the ultimate sacrifice made by soldiers, past, present, and future, to preserve our nation's freedom. Music also played an important role in the Civil War for the soldiers as well as family and friends back home. Last Full Measure features tunes that became popular during this time, such as "Girl I Left Behind Me," "When Johnny Comes Marching Home," and "Johnny Has Gone for a Soldier." Most of these express soldiers' longing for hope and hope for loved ones far away. In contrast, the battle cry of freedom and the battle hymn of the Republic inspire feelings of patriotic resolve and courage. The piece was commissioned by the Madison County Middle School Honor Band of Indiana and was premiered March 3, 2013 in Reardon Auditorium on the campus of Anderson University, with Michael Sweeney, the composer, as the conductor. Sweeney was a band director in Ohio and Indiana, working with successful concert, jazz, and marching programs at all levels. He is a winner of multiple ASCAP awards and works for Hal Leonard Corporation as the director of band publications in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I hope you enjoyed this heartfelt piece, "Last Full Measure, A Gettysburg Remembrance," by Michael Sweeney. United we stand, divided we fall. These are the famous words uttered also by Abraham Lincoln in 1858 during his campaign against Stephen Douglas when regarding the state's split policies on slavery and a need for one unanimous decision. This was not its first use, however. The ancient Greek storyteller Aesop is attributed to its coining because of the direct quote in his fable, The Four Oxen and the Lion, and the indirect quote in The Bundle of Sticks. However, it was also paraphrased in several New Testament accounts of the Bible. The first quote, modern times use of this phrase was by founding father John Dickinson in his pre-Revolutionary War song, The Liberty Song, published in the Boston Gazette in July 1768. The lyrics are, "Then join hand in hand, brave Americans all, by uniting we stand, by dividing we fall. In so righteous a cause, let us hope to succeed, for heaven approves of each generous deed." Patrick Henry also used the phrase in his speech denouncing the Kentucky and Virginia resolutions in 1799. In 1942, it was made the non-Latin state motto of Kentucky, and it is also featured around the center circle of the Missouri flag. The piece you are about to hear is a stirring tribute to America, containing excerpts of Simple Gifts, America the Beautiful, America, and the chorus of Battle Hymn with a big fanfare statement. This particular version was arranged by Sally Albrecht and Jay Althouse and scored for concert band by John O'Reilly. Please enjoy these recognizable tunes in United We Stand, an American medley. Concert, I would like to thank Channel 798 for recording tonight's performance. Please give them a round of applause. Up next, we have National Emblem. It is a march composed in 1902 and published in 1906 by Edwin Eugene Bagley. Bagley composed the score during a 1902 train tour with his family band. He became frustrated with the ending and tossed the composition in the trash can. Members of the band fortunately retrieved it and secretly rehearsed the score in the baggage car. Bagley was surprised when the band informed him minutes before their next concert that they would perform it. It became one of the most famous of all of Bagley's marches. John Philip Sousa was once asked to list the 3 most effective street marches ever written. Not surprisingly, Sousa listed 2 of his own compositions, of course, but for the 3rd, he selected National Emblem. National Emblem was the favorite march composition of Frederick Fennell, who made an arrangement of it in 1981. Fennell called the piece as perfect a march as a march can be. Prepare to hear perfection in this piece, National Emblem. Most beloved hymns, God of Our Fathers and Battle Hymn of the Republic, are combined in this arrangement. Both of these hymns capture the spirit of this country and appeal to the patriotic fervor that is in the heart of every responsible citizen. This arrangement is a tribute to those who have served and to those that continue to serve this nation in times of conflict. Starting in the chorale-like style, stating the themes, the arrangement concludes in a bright fanfare statement with a musical tip of the hat to My Country 'Tis of Thee. The version we'll hear tonight was arranged by James D. Ployhar. I hope you enjoy this piece, A Nation's Prayer. March was composed by John Philip Sousa in 1893. It is often associated with the British TV comedy program Monty Python's Flying Circus. The Liberty Bell was written for Sousa's unfinished operetta, The Devil's Deputy, which fell through. Shortly afterwards, Sousa and his band manager, George Hinton, attended the Columbian Exposition in Chicago and watched the spectacle America, in which a backdrop depicting the Liberty Bell was lowered. Hinton suggested the Liberty Bell as the title of Sousa's recently completed march. Coincidentally, Sousa received a letter from his wife saying their son had marched in a parade in honor of the Liberty Bell. Sousa agreed. The march is played as part of an exhibit in the Liberty Bell Center. The United States Marine Corps Band has played the Liberty Bell March at the last 4 presidential inaugurations. In 1993, the inauguration of President Bill Clinton, the 2005 inauguration of President George W. Bush, and the 2009 and 2013 inaugurations of President Barack Obama. The Liberty Bell is also the official march past of the Canadian Forces Public Affairs Branch. Please enjoy this classic Sousa march, the Liberty Bell March. patriotic song. The lyrics were written by Catherine Lee Bates and the music composed by church organist and choir master Samuel Augustus Ward. Bates originally wrote the words as a poem, Pike's Peak, first published in the 4th of July edition of the church periodical, The Congregationalist, in 1895. In 1893, at the age of 33, Bates, an English professor at Wellesley College, had taken a train trip to Colorado Springs, Colorado, to teach a short summer school session at Colorado College. Several of the sights on her trip inspired her, and they found their way into her poem, including the World's Columbian Exposition in Chicago, the White City with its promise of the future contained within its alabaster buildings, the wheat fields of America's heartland, Kansas, through which her train was riding on July 16th, and the majestic view of the Great Plains from high atop Zebulon's Pike's Peak. On the pinnacle of that mountain, the words of the poem started to come to her, and she wrote them down upon returning to her hotel room at the original Antlers Hotel. The poem was initially published 2 years later to commemorate the 4th of July. Ward's music, combined with the Bates poem, was first published in 1910 and titled America the Beautiful. Close your eyes and imagine the picturesque scenes that Bates would have seen on her cross-country journey as you listen to America the Beautiful, as arranged by Carmen Dragon. Comes from the March King himself. The Stars and Stripes Forever is a patriotic American march widely considered to be the magnum opus of composer John Philip Sousa. By act of Congress, it is the national march of the United States of America. In his autobiography, Marching Along, Sousa wrote that he composed the march on Christmas Day, 1896. He was on an ocean liner on his way home from a vacation with his wife in Europe and had just learned of the recent death of David Blakely, the manager of the Sousa Band. He composed the march in his head and committed the notes to paper on arrival in the United States. The march was an immediate success, and Sousa's band played it at almost every concert until his death over 25 years later. Sousa also composed lyrics to the march, which are not as widely known to go with the music itself. I am sure that you'll recognize this well-known march, Stars and Stripes Forever.
season. I'd like to thank all of you for coming out tonight to support and enjoy the St. Genevieve Municipal Band. Let's give them all another round of applause.
recording this night's performance, and also to Jim Donzi and the setup crew for getting everything ready for the concert. Let's give them also a hand.